again, today is a very noisy day. I don't know what's going on. A lot of noise all around, outside, inside, up and down. Dominican Republic, that's what people like, making noise. And you know that there are many people that they live in the neighborhoods, the normal neighborhoods. And when they go to a urban place where, you know, people only meet when they're going to work in the morning and then you don't see your neighbors. And people have to move from those places because they say that that's too quiet for them. That's how noisy Dominican Republic is. Yeah. So we are at the end, almost at the end. We only missed 2 weeks. We are going to finish the class in 2 weeks, apart from today. And 2 weeks from today will be December 12th. So December 12th is going to be the final exam for testing. And just write it down, put it in your calendar, that the 12th is the last day for testing. And the 12th is the final exam. And the final exam is only 20 points. We have, give me a moment here. We have only two more homeworks. A homework for this week and a homework for the next week. And then we have the exam. The homeworks are the one that you already have in the platform. If you go to the platform today, not right now, today you can go to the platform and you will.
Yo.
That's Gabriel. I know. You will see that you have a homework for lesson or chapter number 6. And this chapter is about writing. So writing test. We will see what we look for when we are testing writing. We will see the different ways that we can test writing as well. And we'll see why writing is the most difficult skill out of the 4 that English has. And I know when we say skills, we're talking about, you know, listening, speaking, writing, and reading. We saw reading in the previous chapter, and now we're going to finish with writing test. There are more, but we are running out of time. And, you know, based on Christmas, we have to cut the program, and we have to stop here because then it's gonna be too much. What else I was going to tell you? Oh yes, we're gonna do a short review of the exam also. We're gonna check the exam, but I have to tell you that the majority of you have done a great job with the homeworks and all that, because as I can see, 99% of you have completed the different homeworks that I have assigned. Very different from other subjects where it's been very difficult for me to correct homeworks. People are delivering homeworks late, you know, and that's a problem. But it doesn't happen on this subject. Okay, now, I don't know if you have any questions about the subject, about the questionnaire, about the exam. If you have a question, you can ask now before we start talking about the exam, before we start talking about that. Oh, I see you have no questions. I like.
I have a question, teacher, but it's from Práctica Docente.
Okay. Do you want to do
I
it
just want
now
to know.
or do you want to wait for the practical assessment?
I prefer to do it now. I don't want to forget.
Okay, go on.
It's just to know what day we have to the book we have to complete.
So
For what day?
oh, you for the last day. So if we finish this one on the 12th, I believe it's okay if we finish on the 12th too. So the last day to send the book will be the 12th for practical assent and teaching practice. So if you completed the book already, what I'm going to do, I'm going to create a homework. I'm going to open the homework from. But if you don't put it on mute, Perla, you won't listen to it. Hold on, let me finish and then you can. Okay, there you go again, huh? I see. All right. So what I mean is, I'll see if from Monday on in Practical Docente, okay, guys, don't get confused. This is teaching practice. Perla breaking into testing and bringing, teaching practice. So in teaching practice, I will enable a homework from Monday on, and you're gonna have from Monday on all until the last day of classes. If you have finished your book, you can upload it there and then I will correct it. Of course, that I'm not gonna correct until the last day comes. If you upload it tomorrow, you know that you have to wait because I'm not only waiting for your job to correct. I have to receive everything and then I start. All right. Any other questions do you have, guys, about testing? All right, no questions then. Well, okay, very good. Then what I'm going to do, let's go back to the exam and we are going to go. I know my internet connection is acting up and there might be some times where I'll be breaking up here. Okay, now in the exam, when I say we, I'm talking about you. We had a big problem in the exam on 3 questions that I left. And the 3 questions were case studies. Case study is that you had to analyze the question. Okay, I'm going to show you the board. I'm gonna get one. We're gonna discuss one and then we're gonna go to the other 2. Give me a moment. So there we are. Okay, here we are. These were the questions, okay? We have the first one. The question said that you had to identify the weakness. I mean, you have to identify what is wrong. So you have to check the question and the distractors, okay? So you have 2 things in here. You have the question and you have the distractors. So you have to say what was wrong, all right? Listen, there were many of you who wrote down in the answer, you know what you did? You put D is the correct. This is an example, okay? D is the correct. I know which one is the correct one. I know that D is the correct one. But the question was, how did you know? How would the student know automatically that D is the correct one? What is wrong in the distractors and what is wrong in the question? If there is anything wrong. Yes, Julia, go on. Do you want to say that one?
Teacher, my answer was that when we talk about the distractor, you said that we cannot put the answer if they are not from the same family.
That was one problem.
Yes.
If you put only that, I gave you 0.5 if it was 1 point, because there was another problem. So look, distractors, sorry, are not from the same family. You see, that is a problem with the distractors. As you can see, you have very little baby run, right? So here we have two nouns. Well, not two nouns. We have adjective, nouns, verbs, you know. So they're not from the same family. That is one. Let's see if someone else see another problem in that sentence. What is the other problem that you see in the sentence? There is another problem there. And for you to know the problem, you need to know what's going on in the sentence. There is a problem there. Yes, Juliet?
Teacher, the sentence is the mouse and then quickly away. And the distractors, you have to put several wrong, you have to put wrong distractors.
But there are wrong distractors. There are 3 that are wrong, and there is only 1 that is the correct one. If you do this exercise, look, let's take A and put A in the line. The mouse very quickly away. Does that make sense? The mouse very quickly away.
No.
No. The mouse little quickly away.
No.
The mouse baby quickly away. You see?
No.
So if you put the 3 of them, that doesn't make sense. And then why? Because you have something here. Look. And maybe you guys don't know the grammatical name of that word. What is the grammatical name of quickly? In grammar, how do you? Yes, Rosa Angelica?
This is an adverb.
Okay, if it is an adverb, before it, what do you need to have?
Put adverb.
Yes, but listen, you said that's an adverb. Adverb. So before the adverb, what do we need to have? There should be a word before it, because you cannot use adverbs by themselves, because adverbs describe or give more information about the action. So if you're gonna give more information about the action, what is it what you need before you give the information about it? What do you need is the question. Juliet, you have? Sorry.
Teacher, is
Yes, Juliet, I don't know. I heard.
Good morning.
That's the brother from the church.
Teacher, I'm Miguel Angel.
Oh, I thought it was.
I can help her.
I thought it was another person. That's okay. Don't worry. That's fine. Welcome to your class. Juliet,
Yeah, sorry.
You said something there, but I couldn't hear what you said.
Okay. So when you prepare, you can give me the participation.
You want to talk about that one, Miguel Angel? Do you want to talk about that one? What is the grammatical name of quickly?
Sorry, could you please repeat it again?
What is the grammatical name, the grammar name for the word quickly? The one that I have there, look, quickly. What is that in grammar? Is that a
That
verb?
is
Is that a noun? Is that a preposition? What is that?
that's a preposition.
Are you sure?
I mean, please, sorry, teacher. Repeat again. That
Don't
is
worry.
preposition
Don't
or
worry. You are too fast. You just lag in. So just relax and wait. We'll
okay? Yeah,
see.
you're right.
Perla Morobel, what do you say? That is an adverb. We say that is
Oh
an
yeah,
Teacher,
adverb.
an adverb.
Yes. So what is the function of the adverbs? What is the function? What do they do? Because we have adjectives, and adjectives give more information about the name, about the subject, right? So what is it, what an adverb does? Aristides.
Yes. For me, I understand that it tells you how often the things happen.
Yes, yes. And if something happens, how do we call that thing that happens?
A noun,
Are you sure? A noun is a name. A name doesn't happen. What are the things that happen? If I tell you, give me a grammatical name for something that happens, how do you call that word? Something that happens in grammar. Adiani.
I think that is the verb.
The verb, that's the actions. The actions are the only things that happen. So if we say, look, because you haven't thought about this, look, add, right? Add what? Add what? Add verb. This means added to the verb, right? So before you use an adverb, you need a verb before it because that's added to the verb. You never thought about that?
interesting teacher.
Yeah. So why run? Why run is the only option here? Run is the only option here. You know why? Because you have an adverb here. And whenever you have an adverb, you know that the word that goes before is a verb. And that's the only verb in there. So that's a grammatical clue that we have. We have a grammar clue. A person who knows English will automatically identify that run is the right one because when you say quickly, quickly is giving you information about an action. So you need to have an action to describe an action. You need to have a noun to describe a noun. Maybe I'm going too deep on this, but let me give you one example of the adjectives, okay? You know that adjectives are qualities, colors, forms, shapes that we use to describe a noun. And if I tell you this, do you believe that beautiful is an adjective? Beautiful? Yes or no? Is beautiful?
Sí.
Yes.
Okay, yes.
Of course, teacher.
If I say is beautiful, what am I talking about? About what? Gabriel.
Teacher, you're talking about the mouse if it's the same sentence.
No, forget about the sentence. Forget about the other one. Just this sentence alone. What am I talking about here? Because I'm giving a description.
Teacher,
I think, yo,
Go on, Gabriel. Go on.
I think you are describing something.
Okay, but what is that something? Do you know?
No, because you are not specifying.
That's right. You know what I'm missing there? What am I missing grammatically? What is the grammar name of the word that I'm missing?
I know.
Oh my God.
What are the words that can be described?
A subject.
A noun.
Okay,
noun.
very good, very good. A
Yeah,
subject,
yeah.
a
It's right.
noun.
A subject.
All right, a name, a subject, a noun. That's what it is. So I'm gonna put me there. Alberto is beautiful. Yes, you know that. So you see, this is an adjective, and adjectives give description about a noun. So if the noun is not there, it is impossible for you to describe something if that something is not there. I don't know if you understand what I'm saying.
Definitely,
Yes,
sir. I do.
teacher.
Yeah, we
It's
Yes.
do.
clear.
Right. Now let's go back to the sentence. And the same thing happens. It's not an adjective now, it's an adverb now. So you're saying the mouse quickly away. Okay, it's giving a description of how an action is being done or the way that it's done. So if you have the description, of course that we need the action, because if the action is not there, it doesn't make sense. And we know that actions are, what are actions grammatically? What is the name? Go on, Perla, go on, Perla. Action, what?
The action is the verb, teacher.
The action is the verb. That's right. Everyone would know automatically that run is the word that goes there because that's the only action that you see in there. There are no more actions in there, you see? Those were the two problems. One, the distractors were not from the same family. And the second, there is a grammar clue in there. What's the grammar clue? That if you have an adverb, you know that the word before it is a verb. That's it. That was the solution for that. You see? Oh, those were the solutions. We have two of them. Okay, let me see if I find the other. Okay, we have another one. Let me get it. Here it is. Here it is. Here we are again. So it says here, do you need, look, the answer for this was very easy. Did you know what's the problem, or did you find the problem when you were filling up the exam? What is the problem in that situation? What's the problem? Oh, I see. Someone was raising hand, but regret it. Julia, what's the problem?
That all the answers are correct.
All the answers are.
Or can be correct.
Yes, all of them are correct. You know why? Because you can use material to write on. Material can be a pen, could be a table, could be a paper. That's material. That's a general word. Then you have the table. Do you need, well, we are missing a, right? Because if you're gonna use it, we're missing a. But anyways, people can get confused to that one, with that one. Do you need table to write on? A table, right? Do you need a pen to write on? So we're missing a, but look at this. Do you need paper to write on? So basically, the majority of them were correct, and there were two, material and paper, right? That were the most appropriate for you to put here. So there is one rule that says that you only have to put one correct answer. You cannot put more than one. So that was the problem. All of them could be correct. And that's it. Let me get the last one that we had. The last one was the easiest one. This was the easiest one. You see? To walk, I use my mango blue paper shoes. You know, some of you said that obviously, shoes was the correct answer. Obviously, you said. And you know why obviously shoes is the correct answer? You know why? There is a reason why that you didn't think about. Aristides, what is the reason why shoes?
Well, the reason I choose the answer is because it's the only word that can uh, mix with that sentence.
Right. You know, that's what it is. Like, that's the only word that refers to clothing, to clothes, right? The other ones are not related to that. We have mango, we have blue, we have paper. All of them are from different families. So the problem was here that the distractors were not from the same family. So to fix to fix the whole question, we have to change the distractors. We have to get distractors that are from the same family. Maybe you can use, I use a shirt, I use a coat, right? And then you're gonna get students confused because maybe you say, okay, but when I go walking in the morning, I have to use pants. Yeah, but that's not the point. We are asking which is what you need to walk. You need your shoes. And that's it. You see, you will get students more confused and you will see if they really understand what they're doing. Gabriel, you have your hands up.
No, teacher, sorry.
Yes, okay. Well, and that said, you know, the majority of you did very good on the exam. And listen, when we talk about reading, you have to know that reading is not for everybody. Reading is not for beginners. Reading is for students who already know how to read. Because when you start learning, there are skills that you get before than others. We talk about that listening is the first skill that we have automatically. Even before we are born, we are listening. Then we said that speaking is the second skill that we develop. Because if you see, if you listen, if you have the ability to listen, you will speak automatically because you learn it by nature. You learn speaking by nature because you are exposed to language. You, in the television, with your mother, your family, at school, right? And you have people that they speak, but they don't read and they don't write. That means that speaking goes before writing and before reading, you know? So, and then we have the other skills that are reading in a first place and writing in a second place. Listen, it is not the same writing and copying. You can copy, you can copy. If you see a letter, if you see words, you can copy the words exactly the same, right? But writing, which is what we're gonna see in the following lesson, writing is not only when you copy. If you, and you are from teaching practice, okay? And in teaching practice, we talk about the written production. And I told you that written production, writing, is not copy from the board what the teacher gives you. Because a person might have the natural ability to draw or to copy, and you can write 1,000 sentences and the person is going to write the 1,000 sentences even better than you, with more beautiful letters than you, right? But it doesn't mean that the person understands what he or she is writing or putting on paper. Maybe this person doesn't have the ability to read what the person is writing on the paper because the person is only copying. Now, writing is when you think, right? When you think, first you think, and then you put your thoughts into letters. That's what writing is. For example, if I tell you, you know what? Think about what you did last Christmas and do 3 pages about that. You know, you're not gonna copy from anywhere. You know why? Because that's not written. There is no way to copy. You will have to think first, then you will have to start writing. And when you start writing, you know what else you have to think about? You have to think about the commas, the punctuation marks. You have to think about the spelling mistakes that you're gonna do, right? And then you will have to erase the words because you know that that word has a letter that doesn't go there, and you have to fix it. That's what we call writing. Writing is the most difficult skill because when you write, there are many psychological aspects, mental processes that you don't do when you speak and that you don't do when you read. And that's it, you know. Many people say that reading is easier than writing. That's not true. That is not true. And well, I left the questionnaire there for you. You're gonna have 1 week to do it. And make sure that you study because next week when we get together, I'm gonna start asking questions about that. That I told you, we have 2 homeworks left. That is 1, the questionnaire from the writing test. And the last homework is that you have to create a whole exam. And I know I told you about this, and I know I didn't put this homework because the exam was coming. So I say, okay, you know what? I'm gonna leave it for the last homework. So we're gonna create a whole exam. And you don't have to write this down because next week I'm gonna put this homework on the platform, okay? So I'm just telling you what is coming for last. We are going to create a whole exam, and the whole exam is going to have 5 items, okay? 5 topics of exam. And in the 5 topics of exam, you are going to choose the ones that you would like to put in there, okay? You're gonna take, yes, Aristides, what do you say?
Sorry to interrupt, teacher. I'm just wondering if the exam that we were supposed to do is from the book that is in the platform.
Oh,
of course, right?
Don't worry, don't worry. The exam that you're going to do is actually, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to give you, as you work in Práctica Docente, I guess the majority of you are there, right? Who is not in Práctica Docente? Who is not? Oh, I see that everybody is there in Práctica.
Diana, teacher, is not.
No, you're not there, Diana? Don't
No,
worry.
I'm not there.
Don't worry. Did you give Práctica Docente already or not?
Yes. Yes, I did, teacher.
Oh, so don't worry, no problem.
With you.
I'm going to give you, I'm not sure. I will give you freedom. You know, I'll give you freedom. So you're gonna take the topics that you might like. English, right? You can include grammar, you can include vocabulary, no translation, just English. So you're gonna take any topic that you might like for it. When I say topic, I mean content, okay? Any content you will take, and you're gonna do a multiple choice item. You're gonna do a true and false item. You're gonna do if you want, you can put correct, incorrect. You can do a match, right? You can do a fill in the blanks. You can do questions. You can do complete. All the items that we have seen so far, you can include it there. But when I say all, you know that we have seen more than 5. So you're just gonna take 5 and you're gonna make sure that you put multiple choice. That's the only one that you cannot miss. Multiple choice has to be there. I'm just telling you this just in case if you have your time off, and one day you are at the beach or you are at home doing nothing and you say, okay, you know, I have nothing to do. So let me think about this exam that I have to create, because you have to think. And when you have to think, things get difficult. And that's it. Aristides, you have your hands up.
Oh, sorry.
All right. Miguel Angel, do you want to say something also? You kind of.
No, I'm right. It's right.
All right.
I agree for everything you said.
All right.
I just needed to do it.
All right.
We needed to do
Gabriel
it.
from
All right.
from Nagua, go on.
I'm not from Nagua, but it's
But
okay.
you almost there. You almost in Nagua.
Why?
Where are you from? Montellano?
I'm from Invert, Llanos de
Come on,
Perez.
sir.
Oh, Jesus Christ. I thought that you were from the east side.
No, sir.
That is me, sir. That is me.
All right. So you are from Invert. In which part of Invert do you live? In La Escalereta, or you live on the other side of the street?
Not even there. I don't actually live in Invert. I live after Invert.
Llanos de Perez, is it?
Yes, sir. Llanos de Perez.
Do you live in the left side or in the right side? Baja Bonito. Where do you live?
Not
In the right.
even Llanos de Perez, teacher. I live like the downside of Llanos de Perez, that is called Los Coquitos.
Oh,
you know,
okay.
the 27 waterfalls?
Yes.
So the first entrada que hay.
Entrance Gabriel. Entrance Gabriel.
Yo no te pregunté, Aristides. La primera entrada que hay después de los charcos ahí. Ahí,
Okay.
Los Coquitos se le llama.
So listen, you eat a lot of chicharrones and carne salada, because right there you have a lot.
Sí. But we don't like it. I mean, I don't like it.
Yeah, I know. When you live there and you have it, you don't like it, I know. So what?
That's exactly.
Gabriel?
My question was, I don't know if I'm correct, but you said the exams, you talk in plural. So it means that we need to do more than one exam.
No, it's only one. The exam.
Okay, I got it. I see you say exams.
All right. Maybe I didn't eat spaghettis last night, so that's weird. So that's it. I have no more information to tell you. That's it. Do you have any questions before we finish?
Oh.
No problem. Oh, Lideni. Yes.
Teacher, can you hear me?
Clear. Yes. Now we are not listening to you.
I'm at the work,
yes,
so
go
I
on.
couldn't listen about. It's gonna
go on.
Oh, might be there. Okay, could you listen me now? Listen, what we're gonna do for final test? Let me know, please.
For the final test, nothing. You're just gonna wait for it and you're gonna take it. But there is a last homework, or
Okay.
There is a last homework that I'm just telling you, but that's not for now. Now we're gonna work with the chapter 6, and then when we finish chapter 6 next week, I'm gonna tell you that we have to create an exam. You have to create.
Okay.
Okay. Thank you, teacher.
All right. So that's it. I will see you in teaching practice then.
Okay, teacher. So
So
have a nice
see you
day.
All right.
at 3:20.
That's right.
Bye, sir.